Hey ladies and gents, we are back with some Nimbatus. So in the first video that I did on this, kind of giving you guys an idea what this game is about, which is building drones to complete missions, solving puzzles, etc. I left it as is. We're going to do the first mission here, which of course is finding the black box. And we've built a drone. Now, from what I've played so far, finding this black box, and it's kind of like it's kind of a puzzle thing, right? So you're going to look at it and go, how am I going to find a black box? I have to look for a container. Where do I got to take the container? What do I got to do with it? That kind of stuff, and what pieces do I need on my drone to complete it? For in this instance, I have to find some containers and take the containers back to the Nimbatus and drop them in a container. So to pick up metal containers, obviously we're going to need a magnet. So we have one small magnet. Now everything in this game, you need fuel. I need batteries, of course, to supply power to the magnet, and I need fuel, of course, for my thrusters and my small thrusters and my large thrusters. From what I played the game so far, you need as much control as possible. Hence why the small thrusters, not so much for the actual thruster. Thrust force of 30. These are a thrust force of 10, so about 30 times more powerful than these. I do have one more available to me if I need it. However, I actually don't need it. The objects we're picking up are really not that difficult. So we're going to launch the drone and we're going to go. So essentially the storyline here is a ship's crashed and we're going to recover the black box from it. So let's launch. There's the Nimbatus. And we're going to run into here. So I do have a shitty computer, so the frame rates are dropping. It's not the actual game. It's the fact that I need a new computer after 8 years. 8 years, it's time to invest. So we are looking for Rect. Now, it took me a little while to figure out what this thing was. This is the collection point for the containers. So we're going to pick up the containers, haul them back to this point, and drop them off. There is 4 containers around this planet. Yes, this is a planet. We're going to go around and see if we can find them. And then we're going to have to pick them up with the magnet and haul them back to there's the first container. So you'll see the container, and of course you also see chunks of metal. Sometimes... Alright, so there's the magnet. I'm engaging the magnet. And now we're going to have to thrust, and we're going to have to pick up the container to haul it back. And you'll notice the green, which of course is the fuel, it'll start dropping the more thrust you use. Same way with the energy on the magnet, which you'll see the blue on the energy cells or the batteries start dropping as well. They do recharge, so it's not that big a deal. You can stop and drop the box and wait till things recharge before you continue on getting it back here. So we're going to pull up the next container. And this is what the bold maneuverability of the drone helps, being able to get it. And we're just going to drop it and see if that's the black box, or see if the black box is in there. So there's 4 of them on this planet. Oh, really? There you go. And it wasn't in that box. So let's see if we can go find the other ones. Hopefully I don't have to haul all 4 of them. But it seems to be kind of that way. And it's going to be kind of, I think this is going to be, for the puzzle game wise, trying to figure out how to do these missions, designing exactly what kind of drone you need to do it. Of course, there's going to be some trial and error, or you get lucky and you actually figure out exactly, because you don't really get a whole lot of information how to do this. This is kind of, I'm guessing, going to be more of a trial and error type for what it is. This is going to be a relatively quick video. This isn't a really hard one, but we're going to go through mission by mission as we play. And I do like this design. I screwed around with a couple different ones, and honestly, trying to keep... I should have some little reverse thrust as well. Keeps me from bouncing into things. And honestly, as long as you're not going too fast, you won't do a whole lot of damage to your drone. If you do run into something real hard, you will damage the drone. Or you will break pieces off of the drone. Alright, so there's more chunks. Those aren't the boxes we're looking for, though. Bounce over some stuff here. And since these boxes seem to be rather far away, you need a fair amount of fuel and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so this is going to be the tricky part. The heavier the object. So I picked up an extra piece there, which is probably going to affect my fuel, obviously. You know, hauling on a larger object, we're going to be needing more fuel, and you can see the fuels are starting to drain, as well as the magnet's power. Now, if I wanted to, of course, I could just drop this and hopefully pull the small piece away, and then pick up the container again here. But we're going to see if we can make it back with what we got. So we've already went through one set of fuel. We went through one magnet, but we're almost back, so this might not be too bad. Oh no, Nelly. Oh no. So you actually see the container heats up when it runs through the, which is kind of interesting. The container itself heats up going through the, and your drone will do the same thing as well. Yep, see. Alright, let's get out of here before we find out exactly what happens to your drone when it overheats. That's hot. That's damn hot. Alright, let's try this again without. I wonder how long it takes to cool off. Alright, so nothing in that one. So that leaves the last one. Now I've only found 4. Maybe there's more. I've never seen 2 of them together like that. So let's roll on. Pick up that last container. Hopefully I'm going to be getting a new computer here within the next month. So I don't have, like I said, this is a very old computer, and it's doesn't seem to handle this stuff real well. Alright, so there's hopefully. Alright, so now she's cooled down a little bit. Hopefully this is the last container, or maybe there's more. We'll see. I'm more curious as, so since this is a sandbox, essentially, this is, everything's destructible, and you can mount weapons on these drones, and I do believe some sort of resource gathering, since these planets look like they're going to be relatively easy to put holes in it. I'm sure there's going to be some mining involved, and obviously since you're fighting against the corp, as they call it, you're going to need to be mounting met weapons and whatnot on your drones as you play. Let's see if we get up a little higher, if this is going to make it a little easier for this drone. See if I don't get quite so much fuel use. I'm assuming so, since there is gravity around the planet. Down 1 fuel and 1 battery. Hopefully that's the last one, even though I haven't literally not Sweet. There's the black box. So there you go, guys. The first mission in Nimbatus. Yeah. Let's get back out of that. Complete. We get a. What do we get? We get decreased threat increase when traveling, and a bio sniper. Well, that'll be interesting. So let's just look at the hangar here, what exactly I was doing with this drone. We got 3 small batteries, 4 fuel tanks, 1 thruster, 1 small magnet, and then we got a couple small thrusters here for maneuverability. Now, when you build these drones, you can also jump into the test flight, where you can test out exactly how everything works. And I'm assuming as you get further into the game, you're going to get more and more better and better stuff to use for your drone. Like I said, I'd seem to prefer the maneuverability over just about anything. So, with that said, guys, so there's the first mission in Nimbatus done. Hope you guys start playing this. This is going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Designing your own drones to beat these missions.